In case you think the chapter is too dark, just look at the chapter's cover all day long. It's a Kaiju Deku! The flashback hour of My Villain Academia has come to an end. Does that mean the spin-off itself is over? We will know soon enough. In the meantime, this is the chapter that Shigaraki must prove his worth and establish why he must be the man to carry the torch, all for one left behind. For the flashback bedtime story, it was entertaining while it lasts. The main highlight occurs right from the beginning. It's not about what Shigaraki has to say to prove himself, but what transpired him to become the way he is today. In other words, there's a flashback within a flashback. Though since the story is designed to be told in present, there's only a flashback. Confusion aside, it was at that moment where Shigaraki changed for the worse. A long time ago, I said the focus on hero and villain is like shifting between shonen and seinen tone. Shonen can get dark, but regardless, it's messed up. Shigaraki doesn't remember much of his time before meeting with the Doctor and All For One. What he remembers so well is his first encounter with All For One. He's practically a father figure, saving him from loneliness. No one came to his aid when he needed a hero. Instead, it was the main villain to take him by his side and raise him like a family. I do find it eerie how he used the phrase, "I'm here," with him paralleling, yet more or less mocking All Might or One For All's motto. Shigaraki accepted that he was empty until that day, which I assume moved Spinner. Now here comes the kicker. When he brought to All For One's home, the Doctor collected multiple hands, one that we see from Shigaraki today. What purpose do they have? The story is he suddenly gained mutation type quirk that no one knew about. When it happened, Shigaraki went on a murder spree on his family. In other words, those are his family's hand. Few things to comment. First, that's pretty messed up. It's disturbing when he began to remember his family, victimized by his own hands, no pun intended. That's unbearable for a kid to take. That's seriously cruel. The next comment I have might be a bit controversial, but it's for a narrative standpoint, and you can argue it's just my wish. With that said, I want this narrative to remain solid and untouched. You can dive in deeper with his details, but the point must remain. Shigaraki killed his family. I don't want Naruto plot twist bullcrap to happen at all. What I mean is, it's a lie, or it was someone else that killed them, or something else, whatever. That's something that just backfire everything. It's scary to say that it has a chance with All For One's involvement, as well as Shigaraki not remembering his past for unknown reason. Not to mention, he is Nana's grandson. There's enough reason to think something could be planned. For now, I will take this narrative from this chapter and move on. Everything up to this point has made him learn new things, cause havocs, and embrace old things with hands of his family grasping on his body. Even then, he still remained the same when it comes to his feelings towards everyone in the world. Despise. He just hates everything in this world, irritated by every living thing. His main purpose is to destroy everything. It's what All For One wished to do with him in the past. Use his turmoil emotions and direct it to someone else. It just so happened to be on the world. It's simple but acceptable. I'm not sure how a fan would feel about a simple-minded agenda. But if he can pull off intimidation and legit threat, then he can do it. The Doctor likes his agenda, so he agrees to work with him. Well, that was easy in a way. Actually, same can be said with Spinner, since both of them had a rough past and began their villainy way to take their feelings on everyone. We'll see later on. As for other villains like Toga, whatever their wish is, they are free to proceed. That means Deku is still screwed with her. But hey, maybe he can unlock a new quirk from the unlock perk system. Anyway, the Doctor was just messing with Shigaraki, so it's no wonder he accepted him easily. The interesting piece is that he also has a special power just for Shigaraki. Sharingan? Well, if Deku is going through shortcuts, it's only plausible for a villain to pull the similar stunt. Academia my arse. Anyway, the doctor won't hand it over to him. Not unless he does one more thing. Make Gigantomachia yield for him. The big guy isn't pleased yet, but once he is, then time for a power-up. Hooray for science! It's time for another round of filling in the holes. Dabi wasn't going to participate since he has a meeting with a new ally. Either this is when he confronts with Hawks, or there's someone else that we don't know about. I would assume the former because right before Dabi leaves, the doctor insists to give him high end for a test run, hence the Pro Hero arc. That seems likely the case. Also, he gives them devices to contact him, which also explains how Dabi called them to escape. Lastly, a pet Nomu named John is the one behind the slimy transportation. Makes sense to have a Nomu to do the casting. Shigaraki is motivated for another round. Will we see it? I don't know, but the flashback ends there, and the chapter ends with Destro II smiling. All it was missing was him saying, "Excellent." Overall, this was an intriguing chapter that may be the last for this spin-off series. I can't determine if the heroes will get involved in this arc when you can have a villain-only war. I don't know how that will help to raise the threat level, but we have to wait for the clash with the Liberation Army. Aside from speculation, it did cover an interesting backstory of Shigaraki, fulfilled the purpose to convince the doctor, and other pieces to fill in the holes. What's next? Who knows? But now is the time to show League of Villains as real threats. And that will do it for the review. I hope you enjoyed this one. That's the end of the flashback, but is it the end of My Villain Academia? We'll see soon enough. Right now, it seems like we're going back to the present timeline with the Liberation Army discussing about how to take down the League of Villains. What about the heroes? We don't know what's going to happen with them, but we'll see soon enough. What do you think of the chapter? Share your thoughts in the comment section. If you like this and want more of this, subscribe to my channel, and my world will be yours to stay. Until next time, take care.